Hey gamers, it's G from the corner, and I just kind of want to ramble for a little bit. It's been an interesting month or so as a Nintendo fan. I feel like I say that like literally every other video now. There's either always something going on or nothing going on, or smoke or hype or this or that. But right now, in this moment, it's weird. It's weird. Things feel kind of weird. This is kind of the quietest I feel like Nintendo has been in the past year. The only thing that has happened since the reveal of the Switch 2, aside from like a Xenoblade X trailer, has been the Pokemon Presents that we always get every February, which, we were all expecting some sort of Switch 1 February Direct. There were some loose ends to tie up before the Switch 2 Direct. We were going to be feasting on gallons of information, but, despite Nintendo not having anything really to release that month, making it perfect for marketing for upcoming releases, they didn't really do any of that. The only noteworthy things that happened in the last month or so of Nintendo have been NSO releases and the Pokemon Presents, which, okay, like just quick side tangent, ZA looks amazing. I am so excited for that game. I'm sure part of that excitement just comes from, my bias and love towards X and Y, my first Pokemon games, but like, man, I'm just very excited for that game. But that's definitely on its own timeline. It's not coming out anywhere near as soon as I thought it was. They are bringing Megas back to the TCG on their own. That had nothing to do with it. Sorry, guys. I was just kind of making guesswork. But yeah, that's got its own timeline, and we can talk about that more when Pokemon is ready to talk about that more. But, right now, just the big end themselves, big Nintendo, EPDs, your HAL Labs, your intelligence systems, all those internal studios, they're not really talking about much. There hasn't been any talk of smaller games for the Switch 1. There hasn't been like a few inklings of information about the Switch 2 since that initial reveal trailer. Things have been really, really quiet, and it's weird, as much as I want to be like, oh, Nintendo, say something. They gave us such a firm date so far in advance. Like, how much can I really care, The Switch 2 lid is going to be blown wide open on April 2nd. So, like, I don't know, like, a week goes by and it's like, okay, they didn't talk about anything. Whatever. It's just one more week until the Switch 2 thing anyway. I mean, like, we're well past the halfway point. As of right now, I think we're a bit under 4 weeks away from this thing, which is so exciting to me. Like, oh my gosh, we're really almost there. I can't wait. I actually can't wait. But, like, in the meantime, Nintendo hasn't really done much. And will they do much beforehand? I really doubt it. Again, I think February would have made more sense. But, I mean, hey, this is a new Nintendo. They revealed a console the day a game came out. They could reveal, like, a Kirby Planet Robot port the day Xenoblade comes out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It makes me think that maybe the Switch 2 is coming out sooner rather than later. Because, like I said in that release date, I forget if it was the release date prediction video or the Pokemon Presents video or the Direct. It was one of the videos I uploaded in February. Basically, I made a whole stink about how I thought we'd get a February Direct to fill in those gaps in the months from now until the Switch 2 drops. We didn't get that. I thought Legends ZA would be that game. That's not happening. That game comes out in the fall. The Switch 2 is clearly not coming out in the holidays in my mind, so I feel like it's going to be coming out real soon. Like, we might be playing this thing in 2 months and change, which is kind of crazy to me, because we still barely know anything about it, aside from everything we know about it. But we don't, like, we don't really know about it. It doesn't feel tangible, right? Aside from, like, the images we've seen of it, At the time of recording, it is currently March 7th, and I'm hoping to get this video up before Mario Day on Monday, because who knows, Nintendo might have some announcement they've been saving for that, whether it's like maybe a last-minute Mario spin-off on Switch, maybe stuff about the Mario movie too. They could be saving stuff. Mind you, last year they did a thing, and they had an NSO drop that day with some Mario games, and this year we just got some NSO Mario games last night. Donkey Kong 94 and Mario's Picross. Oh, one's a Donkey Kong. It's got Mario on the cover and Mario's the main character of the game. Okay, like, it's not, come on, you know what I mean, right? Like, those games feel like the Mario game drop for Mario Day, the NSO drop. You know what I mean? Will they do another video similarly to what they did last year? I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know. It's not super exciting. Like, the only Nintendo thing to talk about, we've wrapped back around to where we were back in November, where it's just people wondering if the Switch is going to be obscenely expensive in America due to U.S. tariffs, which, again, we'll see what happens with that. I made a comment on Twitter that Nintendo should announce the price before the show, at least for the U.S., just to kind of get ahead of the curve and be like, no, things will be okay, and let stocks go back up. But I don't really think they care that much about doing that. They're on their marketing plan. They're not going to shift gears just because of something like that, you know? So what have I been doing the time then, you know? I'm talking about the Switch 2 every single day on the corner. I'm talking about it every day. I'm saying it's going to come out tomorrow, the next day, the day after that. What have I been doing? How have I been coping? Well, I'm going to be real. I'm a fan of the Pokemon TCG now, so I've been obsessing over that. There's been so much Nintendo news because they've revealed a new card for Heatwave Arena every single day. And a lot of these cards are really, really exciting, but obviously that doesn't really suffice it for, core Nintendo fans. They don't really care about stuff like that. And I mean, that's fair. It's such a kind of disconnected thing from like the actual Nintendo sphere, but it's been my little source of Nintendo goodness for the past few months, I guess. I mean, like, I did the same thing with Mario Kart Tour basically in like 2022 when there wasn't really too much Nintendo stuff happening. I don't know. It's really funny how things work out like that. But again, right now it feels like this kind of calm before the storm, so to speak. It's like, yeah, we know it's coming, and we know when it's coming too. I feel like if they didn't say when it was coming and we had to wait till like mid-February to find out there was going to be a big Switch 2 Direct, that would have been a little bit more annoying, but they said immediately, here's when it is, and like not even 3 weeks later, they were like, it's at 9 in the morning, which, okay, that works for me. I love the Eastern time zone. This is perfect. I can do this before I have another thing to do in the day. I don't have to get up at like 5 a.m. to watch it. This is great. I can't wait. It's going to be an amazing morning, but what am I going to be doing until then? I mean, I'm working on a few videos, like 1 or 2 fun ones. I dropped that NSO video. I have been meaning to do that for a while, but it didn't really do so hot, at least at the time of this recording. Maybe it shot up like another 200 views since then, which I would be very nice. It's weird, like I should be upset, right? Like I would listen to Beat 'em Ups, his podcast last year a lot, the Nintendo podcast, and he'd keep complaining about how there was nothing Nintendo to talk about while I was sitting there like, there's like a few things of note, there's some things I'm interested in to talk about Nintendo-wise, but like, now I really kind of feel like there is just nothing Nintendo to talk about other than like rumors and such. Again, like Legends EA did some heavy lifting. That Pokemon Presents definitely carried us through a mostly empty February. I mean, like every week that went by without a Direct, it was like, oh, well, we're closer to the Pokemon Presents. And when we found out we weren't getting one, it was like, okay, well, I wanted to see ZA more than any of these other Switch games anyway, so let's see ZA. And I've seen ZA now, and it's been about a week since I saw ZA, and I'm realizing that's all I'm going to see from Nintendo for the next month, which is fine. Again, like, this is their marketing cycle, this is their plan, I get it, right? To me, I feel like if we don't see anything soon, it's just going to say the Switch 2 is coming out real soon. Again, I don't see like a 3-month break in releases between Xenoblade and the Switch 2, so like, heck yeah, bring on May 22nd. Let's go. Switch 2, 522. Maybe not, though. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anything else Nintendo Switch 2 related and like what's going on with Nintendo related? I don't know. It's weird. Again, it's a weird time frame, right? We don't have a lot to talk about, but there is going to be a lot to talk about real soon. This is like going to be one of the best years in gaming for me, but genuinely there is not a single game before April that I actually care too much about. Hence why you haven't really seen any sort of reviews in the last few months, aside from Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. I'm looking forward to playing the Capcom Fighting Collection too, and Doom the Dark Ages. I just played Doom for the first time, and I'm excited for the new one, but like, it's not the same, right? It's not like I've got a bunch of Nintendo games to talk about, and I'm not a big Xenoblade guy. I haven't played Xenoblade 1, 2, 3 yet, so I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be picking up X at launch, even though I know you could start with it. I just don't think I'm going to really be able to sink my teeth into it right now, But whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine, because come next month, this time in a month from now, like, it's going to be, like, not even it's going to just be, like, oh my gosh, Switch 2, right? Like, I felt this rush after the Switch 2 got revealed that, like, there was a bunch of videos I was thinking of and a bunch of things to talk about. And, like, now that's kind of dried up. Like, I don't really have anything else to talk about in regards to that reveal, right? Hearing other people talk about it is still nice. But, now it's like, okay, we're kind of just sitting here waiting again. But once that Direct happens, there's going to be plenty to talk about. There's going to be so much to talk about. All the whatever games they announce there, whatever other things we have to glean from that. There's going to be all those experiences. It's going to be a fun time. It's just we got a bit of a dry spell to wait through. Just a few more weeks, right? And who knows, maybe they could even announce a small Switch 1 game shadow dropped on Twitter or something, but I kind of doubt it. I kind of doubt it. I feel like last month was definitely the month to do that. But hey, who knows? Anything's possible. That's all I've got to say about this, though. Keep yourselves cornered for more on Nintendo, the Switch 2, and other things. I'll be talking to you all again very, very soon. Goodbye.